Imagine for a moment that a single, fleeting 2-hour window could fundamentally alter the entire trajectory of your financial future. This isn't a hypothetical scenario or a get-rich-quick fantasy. This is the concrete high-stakes reality that Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, has just dropped onto the laps of its most attentive users. On October 31st, 2025, at precisely 0900 UTC, the digital gates will swing open for a mere 120 minutes for the Binance Wallet second Pre-TGE Prime Sale Edition with Momentum, or MMT. This is not just another token sale. This is a meticulously orchestrated event designed to transfer immense early-stage project value directly to a select group of individuals before the rest of the world even gets a glimpse. Think about the most legendary crypto launches in history. The ones where getting in early meant returns that transform portfolios from modest to monumental. Now, Binance is effectively recreating that exact environment, but with a crucial modern twist. It's happening within their own native wallet, signaling a seismic shift in their ecosystem strategy and creating a privileged access lane that bypasses the noise and congestion of the open market. The very name, Pre-TGE, or Token Generation Event, is your first clue to the monumental opportunity at hand. This isn't the public sale, this is the sale before the sale, the genesis moment before a token even officially exists on the blockchain, meaning the entry price is as ground floor as it is possible to get within a regulated, top-tier exchange environment. The Prime Sale Edition branding further elevates this from a simple transaction to a curated, premium experience, reminiscent of exclusive venture capital rounds that were once the sole domain of Silicon Valley insiders and wealthy angel investors. But here's the critical part that everyone needs to internalize right now. This entire process is gated by a unique and deliberately scarce resource known as Binance Alpha Points. This is the golden ticket. This is the currency of access. And if you do not already have a strategy to accumulate these points, you are, quite simply, already behind. The announcement was deliberately sparse on details, stating that the event portal and full specifics would be released soon, which is a classic Binance maneuver that creates a frantic land grab for information and positioning. This is the calm before the storm. This is the time for preparation, not panic. The clock is ticking down to October 31st, but the real work, the strategic maneuvering that will separate the successful participants from the disappointed observers, begins right this second. You need to understand the profound implications of Binance choosing its wallet as the platform for this launch. This isn't happening on the main Binance exchange app. It's being funneled directly through Binance Wallet. This is a massive signal of their intent to make their wallet a central hub, not just for storing assets, but for accessing the most lucrative, cutting-edge opportunities in the crypto space. They are building a walled garden of elite access, and this MMT sale is the inaugural event designed to draw everyone's attention to that new reality. It's a masterstroke in ecosystem lock-in, but for users, it's a direct pipeline to high-potential assets. The Momentum or MT designation is equally significant. It suggests this isn't a static token sale, but a dynamic event, possibly with tiers, bonuses, or a structure that rewards not just participation, but the velocity and scale of your engagement. It implies motion, growth, and acceleration, hinting that the more you bring to the table, the greater your potential allocation or reward could be. Now let's talk about the date, October 31st, 2025. That may feel like a long way off, but that perception is your most dangerous enemy. In the world of crypto, especially with an event of this caliber, time is a deceptive commodity. The individuals who will successfully secure their allocation in those 2 hours are not the ones who start preparing in October. They are the ones who are building their foundation today. They are the ones dissecting every word of this announcement, analyzing the Binance Alpha Points system, and positioning their digital assets and activity within the Binance ecosystem to maximize their eligibility. This is a marathon of preparation that culminates in a 2-hour sprint. Your physical endurance doesn't matter here. Your digital and strategic endurance is everything. So here is your first and most immediate call to action. I need you to do something right now as you are listening to this. Open your Binance app, not later, not tomorrow, but pause this video if you have to and open the app. Navigate to where you find your Binance points, your rewards center. You need to conduct a full audit of your current Alpha Point status. How many do you have? What are your current sources for earning them? Are you engaging in all the activities that generate these points? This is your foundational assessment. You cannot plan a journey if you don't know your starting point. Knowing your exact Alpha Points balance is the absolute non-negotiable first step in this entire process. Once you have that number, come back to this video, because in the next section, we are going to dive deep into the clandestine, unspoken strategies for amplifying your Alpha Points accumulation beyond the basic well-known methods. This is where we begin building your unfair advantage. Excellent. Now that you've audited your Alpha Points, you're already a step ahead of the vast majority of people who will see that announcement and simply hope for the best. Hope is not a strategy, a calculated, aggressive points accumulation campaign is. The foundational methods of earning Alpha Points are well documented but critically underutilized. Simple daily check-ins on the Binance app, completing the occasional learning modules, maybe making a few trades. For the casual user, these are fine for scraping together a few points here and there. But for an event of this magnitude, the second Pre-TGE Prime Sale, casual participation is a recipe for missing out. We need to shift your mindset from being a points collector to becoming a points farmer, where every single action you take within the Binance ecosystem is intentionally optimized to generate this new currency of access. This means looking beyond the obvious and understanding the behavioral patterns that the Binance algorithm rewards with a higher points yield. It's not just about trading volume in terms of raw dollars, it's about consistency and engaging with the entire suite of Binance products. The algorithm favors diversified and sustained activity, not sporadic bursts. Are you using the Binance Earn feature to stake your assets? That consistent locking of funds signals long-term commitment and is weighted heavily. Have you explored the Binance Launch Pool? Participating in new token distributions, even with a small amount of capital, demonstrates engagement with the core value propositions of the Binance ecosystem and is a known points accelerator. What about the NFT marketplace? Even minimal activity there, like browsing featured collections or placing a single bid, can trigger additional points allocations because it shows you're not just a spot trader, but a comprehensive Binance citizen. This holistic engagement is the first layer of the advanced strategy. The second and far more powerful layer involves understanding the social and referral mechanics. The public-facing referral program is straightforward. You bring in a new user, you get a points bonus. But the hidden depth lies in the quality of the users you bring on board. Bringing in a user who simply signs up and never logs in, again, is a one-time low-yield event. The real points multiplier comes from onboarding activated users, people who deposit funds, who complete their KYC, and who begin trading. The system is designed to identify and reward you for bringing in valuable, liquid, and active participants to the ecosystem. This turns your network into your most valuable asset. But we must go deeper still into the realm of what I call velocity farming. This concept revolves around the speed and frequency of your engagement, not just the volume. Setting up a recurring buy order for a small amount of Bitcoin or Ethereum every single day, for instance, is a more powerful points generating activity than making one large monthly purchase. The constant, automated interaction with the platform's infrastructure creates a data stream that the algorithm interprets as high-quality, reliable user behavior. It's the difference between being a loyal customer who visits a store every day for a coffee and a customer who comes in once a month to buy $1,000 worth of merchandise. Daily visitor builds a stronger relationship and is often rewarded with better perks. The same principle applies here. Furthermore, engaging with new product features within the first 48 hours of their launch is a colossal yet rarely discussed points hack. Binance aggressively wants to drive adoption for its new tools, whether it's a new trading pair, a new earn product, or a new feature within the Binance Wallet itself. Being an early adopter, being one of the first few thousand users to test a new function, flags your account as that of a pioneer, and the points rewards for this are disproportionately high compared to the effort required. Now let's address the elephant in the rooms, the impending release of the event portal details. The announcement said soon, and in Binance parlance, that could mean anything from 48 hours to 2 weeks. The moment that portal goes live, the dynamic of this entire process will change instantly. The preparation phase will end, and the execution phase will begin. There will be a mad dash to understand the specific rules, the points to allocation ratio, the hard caps, and the exact mechanics of the sale. Information will be the most valuable commodity at that moment, but you cannot afford to wait for that moment to start processing this information. You need to have a pre-established framework for decision making. This is where your second critical call to action comes in. I want you to open a Notes app or a spreadsheet on your device right now. Create 3 columns. Label the first column Confirmed Alpha Point Sources. Here, list every single verifiable action you are currently taking to earn points. Your daily check-in, your staking and earn, your recurring buys. In the second column, label it Untapped Alpha Point Sources. This is where you list the strategies we just discussed, exploring Launch Pool, testing new features, optimizing your referral strategy for quality over quantity. Be brutally honest here. How many of these are you not doing? The third and most important column is Action Plan. For every single item in the untapped column, I want you to write one specific, actionable step you will take in the next 24 hours to activate it. For example, if using Binance Launch Pool is in your untapped column, your action step could be deposit 50 USDT in a flexible earn and allocate it to the next available Launch Pool project, regardless of the token. This is not about massive financial commitment, it's about signaling activity. By creating this physical, written plan, you are moving from a passive listener to an active participant. You are building your own blueprint for Alpha Points dominance. Do this now before we move on to the third paragraph, where we will deconstruct the pre-TGE event itself and formulate the tactical playbook you will use on October 31st to ensure that when that clock starts ticking, participation is not just a hopeful click, but a precise, guaranteed execution. With your Alpha Points strategy now in motion and your personal action plan solidified, we transition from the preparatory phase to the tactical war game. The event portal for the Momentum Pre-TGE sale will be your battlefield on October 31st, and understanding its every potential contour, its every possible mechanic, is what will separate the victors from the merely participatory. Let's deconstruct the Pre-TGE event itself, moving beyond the basic announcement to forecast the likely scenarios based on Binance's long history of token launch mechanics and the specific clues embedded in the Prime Sale Edition and MMT branding. The first and most critical concept to sear into your mind is that of the FCF's first come, first served dynamic. While not always explicitly stated, the 2-hour window is a massive tell. A long duration suggests there is a pool of tokens to be sold, and your ability to claim a piece of that pool will be a function of your Alpha Points commitment and your speed. Portal will not be a simple buy now button. It will almost certainly be a dynamic interface where you commit your Binance Alpha Points to secure an allocation slot. Think of it less like a purchase and more like a high-stakes auction where your bidding power is your points balance. The conversion rate, how many points equal $1 of MMT token allocation, will be the single most important number revealed when the portal details go live. Your immediate task the second that information drops is to perform this calculation. Take your total Alpha Points and divide it by that points to dollar conversion rate. That number is your theoretical maximum allocation power. But this is where strategy becomes paramount. You must be prepared for a tiered system. Binance loves tiered structures because they reward higher levels of commitment and protect against whale domination. We could easily see a scenario where the first hour is reserved for users with a minimum points threshold, say $10 in Alpha Points, with a second hour opening to a lower tier. Or, more likely, the conversion rate could be more favorable for larger points commitments. For example, the first 5,000 points you commit might get you a 1:1 ratio, but points committed beyond that could get a 10% bonus, effectively making them more valuable. This means your commitment strategy shouldn't necessarily be all in. You need to be ready to analyze the tiering rules in real time and decide whether committing your entire points balance at once is optimal, or if a partial commitment in multiple transactions yields a better overall result. This requires pre-game simulation. In your Notes app right now, create a section titled Commitment Scenarios. Brainstorm different possibilities. What if the sale has a hard cap per user? What if it's purely proportional, meaning you commit your points to a pool and your final allocation is based on your percentage of the total points committed by all participants? Each scenario demands a different approach. A hard cap means speed is your ultimate weapon. You need to be in and confirmed within the first seconds. A proportional pool means the strategy shifts to a game of prediction. Committing early might be good, but committing later, after you can gauge the total pool size from community channels, could be better, though far riskier. Then we have the technological front. This event will be hosted within the Binance Wallet. This is not a minor detail. It is the central nervous system of your entire operation. You cannot afford any lag, any glitch, any forgotten password at 08:59 UTC on October 31st. Your third call to action, and perhaps the most technically critical one, is this: you must perform a full operational readiness drill on your Binance Wallet. If you do not have it installed, download it now and complete the entire setup process, including seed phrase backup and all security verifications. If you already have it, you are not done. I want you to perform a test run. Log out of the wallet completely, then go through the entire login process, including any 2FA or biometric authentication you have set up. Time it. How many seconds does it take you to go from a cold start to a fully functional, accessible wallet? This is your baseline. Next, ensure your Binance app and Binance Wallet are on the same device, and that this device is the one you will use for the sale. Do not plan on switching between a phone and a desktop. Choose one and master it. The integration between the main app and the wallet will be crucial for a seamless points commitment process. You must also ensure you have a small amount of BNB or USDT in your spot wallet on the main exchange and in your Binance Wallet for potential transaction fees. While the allocation itself might be purchased with points, the blockchain confirmation of your transaction will likely require a gas fee. And the last thing you want is to have your commitment fail because you lacked 0.50 in BNB for gas. This drill extends to your internet connection. A mobile data connection can sometimes be more stable than a congested home Wi-Fi. Have a backup plan. Know where you will be at 0850 UTC on that day. This is not just a financial transaction, it is a logistical mission. Your preparedness here is what will allow you to act with cold, calculated precision while thousands of others are frantically resetting passwords and dealing with frozen interfaces. The final piece of tactical intelligence revolves around the momentum or MT aspect. This could imply a dynamic pricing model or a bonus structure that increases with the total participation. Be psychologically prepared for this. The initial price or allocation you see might not be static. The system might reward the collective or momentum of the community, meaning the more points committed by the entire user base, the better the outcome for everyone. This is designed to create a viral community-driven frenzy, and understanding this psychological lever will keep you from making panic solitary decisions. You are part of a herd, but you must act with the mind of a strategist. We have arrived at the final and most crucial frontier, the aftermath. The 2-hour window has closed. The Momentum Pre-TGE event is complete. For most participants, the journey ends here with a sigh of relief or a groan of frustration, followed by a long, anxious wait for the token generation event itself. But for you, the strategic operator, this is where a new, more complex phase of the operation begins. The immediate post-event period is a psychological and informational battlefield, rife with misinformation, emotional volatility, and hidden opportunities that most will be too exhausted or too euphoric to see. Your first task, the moment the sale concludes, is to secure and verify your allocation. You will likely receive some form of a confirmation receipt or a non-fungible token, NFT certificate within your Binance Wallet representing your commitment and your promised allocation of MMT tokens. This digital proof of participation is your claim check. Do not simply glance at it and move on. You must meticulously document everything. Take screenshots. Note the transaction hash if one is provided. Save the confirmation email if one is sent. This is not paranoia, this is due diligence. In the high-stakes, fast-moving world of crypto, technical glitches, however rare on a platform like Binance, can and do happen. Having an immutable, personal record of your successful participation is your first and most important line of defense. It is your insurance policy against any potential database errors or customer support queries. This documentation phase is non-negotiable. Now the waiting game begins. The time between the pre-TGE sale on October 31st and the actual token generation event, the date of which has not yet been announced, is a vacuum that the market abhors, and nature, especially market nature, abhors a vacuum. This void will be filled with speculation, hype, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, commonly known as FUD and its aggressive counterpart. Exaggerated, unfounded optimism. Your primary mission during this period is to become an information monk, not a hype junkie. You must resist the relentless siren song of Telegram groups, Twitter spaces, and YouTube comment sections where self-proclaimed experts will make wild price predictions, spread unverified rumors about partnerships, fabricate threats of regulatory crackdowns. The noise will be deafening. Your strategy is one of selective silence and targeted listening. Your only sources of truth during this period are the official Binance announcements blog and the official project channels for Momentum's MMT. Once they are established, everything else is speculative entertainment at best and malicious manipulation at worst. The goal of the noise is to trigger an emotional response, to make you panic, sell your allocation claim on a secondary market if one emerges, or to make you over-leverage in anticipation of the launch. You must remain emotionally detached. You have already executed the hard part. You gained early, privileged access at a ground floor price. The fundamental value proposition of your investment has not changed with every random tweet. This leads us to the critical concept of the pre-launch secondary market. It is highly probable that, before the official TGE, a marketplace for trading the allocation claims or futures of MMT will emerge on decentralized platforms or through over-the-counter OTC deals. This presents both a monumental opportunity and a devastating trap. The opportunity is obvious. If demand is feverish, you could potentially sell your allocation claim for a significant, immediate profit without ever waiting for the token to officially launch. This is a powerful temptation. The trap, however, is that you are selling your golden ticket before the concert has even started. You are capping your upside based on pre-launch speculation, not on the token's actual market performance once it has liquidity, listing, and real-world utility. The individuals buying these claims are often sophisticated funds or high net worth speculators betting that the public launch price will be significantly higher. By selling to them, you are transferring your long-term asymmetric upside potential for a short-term capped gain. Your decision here must be rooted in your original investment thesis. Did you participate for a quick flip? Or did you participate because you believe in the long-term vision of the Momentum project and its integration within the Binance ecosystem? If your plan was always a quick flip, then the secondary market is your exit. But if you have conviction, then holding through the TGE and the subsequent volatility is the path to potentially life-changing returns, mirroring the historical performance of other elite Binance Launchpad and Launchpool projects. Finally, we must discuss the TGE day itself and the subsequent price discovery phase. When the MMT token officially launches, it will experience volatility that is not for the faint of heart. There will be a massive initial pump as early investors, like yourself, and new buyers rush in, followed almost certainly by a steep dump as the short-term flippers take their profits. This is not a sign of a failed project. It is the standard, predictable cycle of a high-profile token launch. Your psychological fortitude will be tested more on this day than during the pre-TGE sale. You must have a plan etched in stone before this day arrives. Will you take out your initial investment after a 2x, a ficus, a 10x? Will you take partial profits at certain milestones, securing gains while letting a portion of your allocation ride for the long term? Or is your strategy to hold indefinitely, believing that is a core component of the Binance Wallet ecosystem? MMT has utility and value that will grow for years to come. There is no single right answer, only the right answer for you, and it must be decided in the calm, rational aftermath of the pre-TGE sale, not in the frenzied emotional roller coaster of launch day. This is your final call to action, the one that will determine the ultimate yield of all your meticulous preparation. I want you to open your Notes app one last time. Create a new bold heading, OPOS TGE Execute on PLN. Under this heading, I want you to write down your unbreakable rules. Rule 1T, I will not check the price for the first 24 hours after the TGE. Rule 20, I will take 25% of my allocation off the table once it reaches a 10x return. I will not sell any allocation below my 5x target. Write your own rules, but write them now, sign them mentally, and commit to them. This documented, meditated plan is your shield against the market's chaos. You have done the work. You have secured the access. Now you must master the final and most difficult component yourself. The system is designed for you to act impulsively. Your victory lies in your disciplined inaction.